Blue versus Simple. Winner of this going to be fighting against Pavelski in the winners finals here at the World Championship.
Yeah, man, we gotta fight Pavelski. We're gonna have, another Bovar into a Jae-Yun matchup here, right? We just watched Akno attempt this and fail, but Blue is saying I can do it without issue, and we're gonna find out as we load up into game 1 onto Demon Island, which I am like, man, this stage against Greatsword is like not where you want to be, but yeah, we keep seeing it happen.
Yeah, it is happening quite a bit. Just seems to be your favorite map pick. But anyway, Simple showcasing off the Greatsword here against Blue. And as you were talking about earlier, Simple very methodical in terms of just doing the optimal string as much as possible until it can lead into one of the 3 things that can lead to a knockout, whether it's the neutral sig or the side light finisher. We've even seen Simple opt for the neutral light finisher in super deep damage, like so. It's like it gets to a point where Blue is just destroyed, and it's funny because you're getting hype about how much he just destroyed Blue, and I'm over here being like, yes, this is great sword from Simple. This is exactly what I expect to see. The neutral light finisher takes him off the right side.
So what I'm like extremely hype about, that is like extremely hard to see if you don't play Greatsword, is that Simple is using these turnaround throw cancels out of his stance to do things that you normally cannot do with Greatsword. Like, for example, if I do like an end light to the left, normally you can't side light to the right? But with the throw cancel, you can. And it makes the weapon so hard to punish because it just has all these options. And just like that, Simple's on the verge of potentially 3-stocking Blue, another Bodvar who thought they could, but maybe could not.
I mean, Simple, with Akno down a lower bracket, I'm starting to really understand Sparky's prediction here. Not to mention that I've always thought Simple being very strong, but he only lost 2 stocks in the last set that we watched. And he is on the way to being able to do a similar number. Blue can't get this edge guard. He's throwing the weapon against him. Okay, finally gets it. But man, he was on the verge of 3-stocking Blue in game number 1. And Swada's pretty good. But I say Blue has a much better record than Swada does over the history of Brawlhalla esports. And Simple's making it look like the same matchup.
Even with the regular sword here, Simple is still getting the better end of most of these engagements here. Blue throws away the sword, wants to get a hammer. You see Simple swaps it out for the great sword and to get the starve at the same time. And now it's basically a matter of get one dodge and you're gone. Doesn't find it there. Blue's answering back, needs a quick gimp, can't find it. Needs to keep Simple in the corner, but no, he gives up some extra stage here. You don't want to give that to the great sword because then they can just threaten from so far away at a range that you can't do anything about. But Blue fighting his way back in here, trying to get out the corner. Simple threatening with these neutral lights and side lights, and the recovery's coming. Blue knows it's coming, but can he stop it?
Yeah, that's always the question. It's one of those moves where they could be as obvious as they want about it, but no, the side light into dash, neutral sig off the top. Simple takes game number 1 against Blue, and Blue did a very good job playing around the plethora of knockout options that Simple was presenting before him, but it only took one side light opener to catch for Blue to eventually just get that dodge read wrong, right? And Simple was able to take it. 1-0 lead for Simple so far into the set.
Yeah, man, and it's like, because here we're going to see slow-mo, that weapon throw, dash back, side light, dash forward, and sig. And the reason that works is because, like, in comparison to, let's say, like a legend like Mako that wasn't legal for BCX just because in terms of the time where she got released, if you hit someone with the side light, normally they're expecting a bridge, right? And normally they're expecting like, all right, well, maybe I'll take a bridge here and I'll play like that mix-up game about should I save my dodge or not. But Jae-Yun's neutral sig comes out so quick that like you're expecting the bridge to come out and they dash forward in neutral sig and you're just like, oh, well, I guess that wasn't a bridge and I guess I'm just dead now. And that's the Jae-Yun specific classic, man, because no other greatsword legend, granted there's only 2 right now, but I'm sure more to come, probably won't have that same affordance in their kit.
Yeah. Oh man, and Blue switching off the Bodvar right away, not even giving it a game 2, and getting away from Demon Island, which I think is a great idea, and now into the Yumiko, which is a pick that we've seen Blue pick out in specific situations in the past. And I'm excited to see him play against, because as you were championing earlier, right, Bo has some pretty good options with downlight and nair of dealing with the greatsword, not to mention the Yumiko uniquely, as we just saw there with the down sig, can put out those faux fire flames to like stop a dash forward downlight or sidelight that a greatsword might want to go for, right? We're already seeing him use that as a way to say, nope, that distance that you think you're safe at, that you're winning neutral at, you don't have control over the stage anymore.
Oof, but it's not working out here. Blue's throwing it out, and it's like, all right, cool. I guess I just won't move forward now. And then he waits a little bit, and then he moves forward. And because that sig leaves Yumiko airborne a little bit, you see it's like...
You got the recovery.
Recovery? No,
oh, we got it.
Nice.
That was huge. That's the second time in different sets that we've seen. First it was Acno, now it was Simple. Seeing a player just hit a greatsword recovery out before you even can witness the move starting. There's that much like lag after the input, so to speak, that you have to wait for the move to actually come out and have that threatening hitbox, and Blue is able to punish that, and once that recovery is gone, the exhaustive recovery is not nearly as good for distance. Simple falls straight down and Blue takes the lead.
Just like that, Blue looking to make something happen here.
Ooh.
Unable to do so, really. Gets hit by a sword down air at a pretty high damage range there. Loses the stock, but Blue actually in a pretty good spot here. That neutral light came out so quick, trying to catch a dodge up from Simple. But I feel like especially against greatsword players, you're going to want to be looking for people dodging kind of into the stage because they want to be on the ground most of the time, right? Reading a dodge up, sure, throw it out once in a while, but you have to condition them into it first because they're going to be dodging down. They want to touch the floor. They want to throw out their openers, and dodging up does not help them do that.
Whoa, Nair recovery. I thought that was going to be it. Blue dodges straight through the neutral sig, but that's about, I mean, that's all he got off of it. He got one down air. Yeah, that's pretty huge. I thought Blue was going to go for that for sure. No. Wow, Simple is just throwing every single signature. Blue's weaving through it. Gets a Nair, but he's going to have to win so many more neutral exchanges like that, and he can't survive another greatsword recovery. Interestingly enough,
nice.
Simple switches over to the sword, and that was the perfect neutral signature snipe from Blue. Dash jump side air, neutral light gets him on the way back down. Can Blue take this stock? He goes for that weapon throw downwards. Can't find it. New weapon comes through. It's the bow. Avoids the pocket sand once. Can he do it again? Downer would be a great finisher here, but Simple makes it back. Recovery doesn't get it. I cannot believe it. I think Nair would knock out now, right?
Nope.
No. Granted, that was as low. That was as low as Blue could possibly get. Wow, that's unfortunate. And you know what? That's a thing with Yumiko, right? That 4 force. Feeling it. We're feeling it in this game too. Blue doing so well. But he needs to get the stock now, and Simple's getting a ton of extra credit. Oh!
Looking, throwing out the N6. That weapon throw wants to get... We've seen this happen to like so many people today versus greatsword, where they just want to get it off stage and set up for the edge guard, so they go for the weapon throw, and they get spot dodged on, and they just can't find the KO. Here, Blue
Downlight Nair. Downlight Nair couldn't even connect because of how damaged Simple is. Oh, that Granite gets a side sig, no dodge, gets punished, and Blue is just desperate for this knockout, and Simple knows how advantageous his position is. Gets the sidelight, anything would work. Blue is just going for a moment. I cannot believe it. I hit him with like 4 finishers. That should do it.
Yeah, okay.
Projectile force.
Yeah, Blue luckily didn't take too much damage. You know, trying to go ahead and close that out, but this is against greatsword here, which means he's 2 dodge reads away from being out of the stock, and he has quite a bit of damage to do here as well. Blue going off the corner here. If you bait the greatsword off stage, that's a great way. Hold on.
Okay, one Nair comes through. That grab pound went the distance. Sider in the wrong direction. Simple doesn't get the recovery. Doesn't get the sider. Wow, they are just barely missing every attack. Woo. Okay. That side art of the stage was really scary. Wow, I can't. The spacing between these two players is crazy. They are just missing these side airs by like pixels.
And you can see, like, even for Simple, like, Simple, I feel like one of the most common complaints about greatsword is that, man, people just smash with this weapon. But if you look at Simple right now, it's actually not
it works,
right? Like, you have to. First time ever.
First time. He got all 3 hits though, but that was the the side 6 sniped. You got the dodge early. There's no dodge for Simple. Recovery. Oh, he thought Simple was gonna drift in, but he just fast fell straight down. Neutral sig. He downlighted underneath it, and he gets the sword, the D-line side air. Oh, that's so rough. The neutral sig on hammer is weird. If you run in early enough, it'll hit grounded, but if you wait for the flames to rise, you can just walk underneath it. And that is what we saw happen. Oh, Blue gets the weapon. Simple still the great sword. So many moves on that.
Oh, he lived. What are you gonna do? You're gonna grab the cancel sig? Are you gonna do it?
That's it. I can't help but feel like if Blue was able to get that knockout with the Nair on stock number 2, it would have been a very, very different game. And that is just unfortunate that the knockout or like the kill zone on Apocalypse happened to work out that way. Great job from Simple to be able to survive regardless, but man, what a close game number 2. But now Blue's in a position where it's an 0-2 deficit.
Now I'm like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What stages are you gonna leave available? Where are we gonna go for this game number 3 here? The Yumiko definitely was looking better when we saw game 1, but
whoa, that's
enough?
Okay.
I
don't remember. I wish I remembered what stance you lose stats from to go into 5 force. Once you get into that like 4 to 6 area, every stat that you can gain there really makes a huge difference. But I'm wondering if it takes. I'm not sure what it takes out of. I need to get a confirmation of that. But it's interesting to me that Blue is doing the default stance, sticking with the 7 dex and 7 movement speed.
Yeah, I'm like, it must take out a force or something, right? Because it's like you got a lot of dex there, you got a lot of speed. You might want to.
Yeah, 4 force, 4 defense is like, those are like the most favorite stats, right? Out of besides movement speed for a select few of players. But here Blue goes into game number 3 on Apocalypse once again, and it was close. I believe that he can make it happen, but he's got to avoid getting hit by these great sword recoveries in there. So far, he is just not being able to land.
Blue's trying. There we go. I like that. Swaps over to the bow there. Keep the juggle going. Doesn't want to go for the dash up D-light on the landing there. Doesn't want to commit too heavily. I respect it. Goes for a read there. I like that. Go off stage there. Now, granted, to cover that simple side sig that we just saw him do now, but a lot of JUN players generally don't go for that unless they have a reason to believe that you're going to dodge away. So, Blue made the right call there.
Well, Blue narrowly avoiding that ground pound. Hits a Nair. I'm excited for the second down stick combo we're going to see this game. No, the neutral stick hits it. Even though he got kind of curved for the knockback, he was still taken off the top. Simple has been really great at getting those knockouts as soon as possible. Yeah, 4 defense. It's coming into play. Oh, when you see recovery and air hit, that's like 2 hammer nairs in a row.
Nice.
That's just brutal. Recovery hits. Can Blue get it? No, he can't even get the stock.
I would have liked to see a weapon throw into the stage there to kind of cover Simple coming back. Oh my gosh, he's just getting hit and hit and hit and hit.
There's like 4 unarmed hits. As Simple is just like, I'm just trying to make it back to the stage, man. Downlight recovery hits, and that one does knock out Blue. Not plagued by the curse that he was in last game of not having those knockout options, not knock out. And now it's 2 stocks to 2, but he went from yellow to deep orange just to get Simple's unarmed. And that pocket sense could be more than enough. Blue's got 1 stock left.
And that's one of those moments where we saw Blue get hit by the sidelight. I think he tried to dodge away, which honestly wouldn't have mattered for the scenario because he would have been hit by the side sig anyway. But he found himself grounded and ended up dashing to the right because it's hard to tell if you're going to like land or not when you go for that dodge so close to the ground. But either way, Simple trying to find the final blow here. Wants to close this out with a 3-0 victory. Blue needs to find some kind of cheese to stay alive in this one. Goes for the down air. It's not going to hit. The Sayer's not going to hit. Eats a recovery for his troubles. Can't keep Simple in the corner. And Simple's chilling, man. Simple's like, whatever, I got this. Show.
Yeah, Simple's at such a comfortable position where he can just keep putting out the side stigs on the edge. He just has to keep getting those openers. Blue down 6 the wrong way, and Simple is like free money. Hits him with the recovery, takes him off the top. That is a 3-0 for Simple. And out of all the players that make their way through the winner bracket, Simple has been the most dominant.
Yeah, man, that wasn't even... Blue tried. You know, if there's anything that I like with what I've seen so far is I've seen several players now at this point try playing bow into greatsword, and they just haven't been able to make it work. But I do at least appreciate the fact that they're trying it out. But looks like no one got the bow sauce quite right yet. You know, they're trying, they're throwing a couple different things in it. You know, but it's not. I
really enjoyed the theory behind the Yumiko setup with the downsig. We saw it work once, and when it worked, it looked like the most genius move ever. But that's the thing, it wasn't working all the time. And Simple wasn't falling for it. He wasn't downlighting into it or dash.